ECW. Mark, do you remember 3 ECW tag teams? We got.
Like I said, I started watching ECW at the latter of the original ECW days, and then I didn't watch any new ECW. But like I remember, I don't remember anybody, not tag team wise.
Yeah, they didn't put a huge emphasis on tag teams there.
Very weak tag team.
It was always like the first or second match, and not even the tag title match would be besides the Dudleys.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Once
like
the Dudleys were gone,
Dudley Boys, and then what was we talked about on the last podcast too.
For tag teams,
Public Enemy.
Public Enemy.
Yeah, and like
which was before like we really got into ECW. Like I didn't get into ECW till like the pay-per-view era, which was like '97.
I didn't. I watched every week though when they got on TNN,
and that was like '99, 2000.
That was very late.
That was very late.
But then
That's
I went
where
back,
I was
and with you, I'd watch them. And a couple times, I think we got a couple pay-per-views at Grandma's.
We got a couple pay-per-views.
I loved it. It was like blown. It was like something new.
It was crash
for
course
sure.
wrestling. You know, like every segment would, boom to the next one, to the next one. You didn't give you a chance.
The
to
way I
exhale.
describe it is like the first time, like you're eating a hamburger and somebody puts a piece of cheese on it. You're like, this is fucking awesome.
yeah,
I liked it.
What is
before.
this?
yeah. Agreed.
Well, you got 3 tag teams, Jeff?
Dudley's number one. That's probably
think
going
it's
to be.
end all be all,
Yeah, they, like you said, man, they started riots and they fucking, you love to hate them.
Yep.
And then, me, I've always liked, not always, but as I started growing up, I liked the heels way more than the baby faces. I still hated them. I was like, these fucking assholes are terrible. And they used to, what was her name? Tommy Dreamer's girl, what was her name? Beulah. They broke her neck and all that.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
3D broke Beulah's neck. I think it was
Poor
handcuffed to the
Spike
ropes.
Dudley died, I think, 13 times from him.
Yeah.
Oh, man, they were great. I don't remember a whole lot. I remember the Pit Bulls. I didn't really like them, but I know they were...
Fuck the Pit Bulls.
Yeah,
I'm
there.
going to give it Josh Griffiths with a fuck the Pit Bulls.
Yeah,
man.
I don't like...
They were never in one entertaining match.
No, they were just big... juiced up idiots.
They looked the part.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They looked the part, but they never entertained me once.
Kind of like what Mark was saying, a lot of thrown together stuff, but I almost want to put Sabu and RVD together.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had a match at Heatwave 98 with Jinsei Shizaki, who was Hakushi.
And
Hayabusa.
Hayabusa, yeah.
It was like basically the Japanese Sabu.
Yeah. And we watched that on Grandma's computer like every 2 days. Like that was like you downloaded it I think on LimeWire or something. We watched it all the time.
So good.
A third tag team. I mean, would FBI be in there?
Yeah, oh yeah. For me,
yeah.
there's a couple different versions. The first one was Guido and Tracy Smothers.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta tell Mark about the FBI gimmick altogether.
Yeah,
Cause
you said FBI. I'm like, who the fuck?
All right, so the FBI was the full-blooded Italians, and there's little Guido.
Oh, wow,
who was
not what I thought.
He was Nunzio in the WWF. He's just a damn good wrestler.
Very good.
Well, there's a full-blooded Italian. So his original tag partner was Tracy Smothers, who is from the hills of Tennessee. There's not one bit of Italian in him at all. But they all he would do is do this the whole time. Not one bit of Italian in him. They had Big Sal, who was this like 600-pound like monster that never was part of the team, but he always just run in, do the splash. And their manager at first was the Big Don, Tommy Rich. And Tommy Rich, again, not one bit of Italian in him. He thinks he's from Georgia. He was an NWA champion back in like '81. Not one bit of Italian in them, but they were the full-blooded Italians. That was the gimmick. And I think even before that, they had a black guy. I think it was like J.T. Smith or something like that. They had a black guy.
They were like a fucking Italian cartoon group, man. They were just funny. They
were heels.
Well, how did I miss this?
We should go back and watch some FBI. After the pod, we're gonna be sitting and watching wrestling for a little while.
I'm down for that.
Sure. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. So we're doing Sabu, RVD.
I would say Sabu and RVD because they were kind of a tag team to me, even though they didn't have a whole lot together, and but those two teams were together all the time.
So I'm gonna give you the same. I'm gonna give you the Dudleys and the FBI. The Dudleys were the absolute best team.
Yeah.
Like they just were ECW, and they were in a promotion where the fans were smart and they knew like, oh, they're heels, but they're supposed to be heels. You know what I mean? Like, okay. They fucking hated the Dudleys.
They hated them.
They hated the Dudleys. The FBI both incarnations, because later was Tony Mama Luke, where actually the matches were probably a little bit better.
Tony Mama Luke was pretty good.
Wrestler.
Yeah.
Good wrestler, man. The third is going to be the Eliminators, and that was Cronus and Saturn.
Fuck
yeah.
Forget about that.
I mean, and like I'm thinking of other teams too, because I like Dorian and Roadkill. I thought they were a fun team, you know. But I'm going with the Eliminators, and they were ahead of their time. Again, you think about some of these teams that are always doing tandem offense, and they're always so in sync with one another, and you feel like that's stuff that happened in like the 2000s with indie wrestling. No, it was the Eliminators. Perry Saturn, you know who Saturn is.
Yeah.
Really, really good wrestler. Cronus was this really big dude. He was about 300 pounds when he was in shape, and then he'd get out of shape and be even heavier, but he cut the most pretty 450 splash.
Yeah, I forgot how big he really was.
The best finisher. It was called Total Elimination, where I can't remember which guy did which, but one guy did like a straight up Mortal Kombat leg sweep, and the other guy did a spinning heel kick, boom, at the same time.
Shit.
I want to say Perry Saturn did the high. Yeah.
So yeah, they went high and low with a heel sweep and a spin kick, and it was just devastating.
I like it. Kronos actually sounds familiar, just the name and just the thought of him.
He was around ECW a little later after Saturn went to WCW.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, a team that I forgot was Candido and
Lance Storm.
Lance Storm.
Yeah.
They were good. They were
two great wrestlers.
Yeah. Two great wrestlers.
It was always, I guess, Paul's favorite gimmick, because Sabu and RVD did the same thing. And then later, even Dreamer and Raven were tag teams. He loved having the tag team champions that hate each other. Yeah. Like that was like his favorite gimmick to do, is that we're the tag champs, but we hate each other.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like fuck each other over as much as you can, but also win the match because you like being the champs.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
That was always one of his favorite deals.